Good evening, Jewish Federation, and thank you for this opportunity to speak. When we think of the Middle East, war and turmoil often come to mind. Very seldom does peace and acceptance come into play, or so we think. But an almost utopian society can be found here in the midst of enemies and hatred. Israel, a small state, barely larger than the state of New Jersey found in America, is a beacon for democratic hope, being the only successful republic in this region. Even though Israel is bordered by rivals, this state is an extremely successful democracy based on its ability to keep religious peace, their strong positive foreign affairs, and their stable economy. Israel is a melting pot of different religions. So many different views of God come together and worship freely without the fear of persecution. It is truly remarkable the diversity which walks the streets of Israel every day. Composing a major portion of the Holy Land, they are majorly made up of Abrahamic religions, such as Christianity and Muslims. 20% are secular Jews, or would call themselves secular Jews. Secular Judaism makes up a larger section of the Jewish people. They celebrate Jewish holidays as historical and natural beliefs. 55%, are traditional Jews. 17% are religious Zionists, which means they combine Zionism and Jewish traditions. 8% are Haredi Jews. This branch of Judaism is the most theologically conservative of all Orthodox Jews. Surprisingly, only 2% is Christian, considering the importance of the city to the Christian faith. 1.5% is the Druze religion. The Druze religion is a monotheistic religion and are ethno-religious and incorporate Gnosticism, Abrahamic, and Pythagoreanism, and other rather unknown philosophies. There is a very small percentage of Buddhists and Hindus in Israel, which is surprising considering India's rather enthusiastic support of Israel's statehood. Israel, even though constantly being bombarded by enemies, has made many rather positive or neutral relations in foreign countries. India is the most pro-Israel country in the entire world, according to the International Opinion Survey conducted in 2009. In 1992, India established strong diplomatic ties with this little but mighty state. They created a strong military, technology, and cultural partnership. Another strong military partnership that Israel has is with Germany. Germany also has a strong scientific and educational ties to Israel, as well as economic. Ethiopia is the main and closest ally to Israel in Africa. They have common political, military, and economic security interests for their people. The UK's relation seems only natural to some because of the British Mandate for Palestine. The British Mandate for Palestine grants Britain the right to mandate Israel, but this was terminated May 15th of 1948, granting Israel their statehood. When fighting rivals, Israel has managed to maintain diplomatic ties with 157 of the 196 countries of the world. They have 100 diplomatic missions worldwide. This is in particular remarkable considering the fact that some countries do not even consider Israel a state. Their economy, along with a tremendous amount of positive foreign affairs, is remarkable. Ranking very high in almost every report published about them, they are said to be the most durable economy in the face of crisis. Israel is said to have the most advanced economy in Southwest Asia, third in the region, 38th in the world, according to the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index and the World Economic Forum Global Competitiveness Report. Second largest in the number of startup companies, second only to the United States. Also the largest number of NASDAQ-listed companies outside of the U.S. In 2010, Israel was voted the 17th most economically developed country in the world. They also have the lowest external debts in the world because of the fact that they export an estimated amount of $64.74 billion as of 2012, and an import of estimated $77.59 billion. Their imports consist of raw materials, investment goods, military equipment, uncut diamonds, consumer goods, fuel, and grain. Their export goods are made of cut diamonds, electronic software, computerized system, medical equipment, military equipment, and communications technology. The Bank of Israel has about $78 billion in foreign exchange currency. According to Wikipedia, they have a really high rate of foreign exchange reserves. The foreign exchange reserves is in a strict sense only the foreign currency deposits held in a bank and by authorities, meaning they can transfer currency in and out of their country without a problem, up to $78 billion. With a substantial amount of foreign currency, it isn't surprising that Israel has a strong economy, strong foreign affairs, and a very strong military force. Israel is a great role model for all countries, including America, because of their economic stability. Their ability to stay out of debt no matter what is something that the U.S. and other countries should model after and strive for, so that the world economy can survive major debts. America, like this little wonderful state, is a melting pot for so many different cultures. Although under the thumb of some Arab countries, they strive to maintain peace and serenity between their people. There are so many things that happen daily to contribute to this goal. The respect of each other's religious views and political views is something the world should look at as a guide. This is the most idealistic place. You should be expecting the least amount of hatred to come out of this area. In the midst of hatred and anger, this is the most peaceful and wonderful place to be in the Middle East. There are so many things you can do here, and so many people you can meet, and you can be yourself without the fear of being judged or hated because of the way you are. Like America, you are free to be yourself, and can always be yourself, and you won't fear persecution for being who you are.